we have 2 officers that are lucky to be alive today. And they're doing exactly what we want them to do, despite all the odds.
13 News at 5 o'clock begins tonight with breaking news.
Tonight, 2 IMPD officers are in the hospital after a suspect shot them, leaving their car covered in bullet holes. We've been following this breaking news story since we first learned about this shooting around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
And tonight we have a team of reporters bringing you the very latest on this top story. We've got Karen Campbell. She has a response from the FOP. Emily Longnecker is part of our team at the hospital. That's where the officers injured today are being treated tonight.
And we're going to get to all of that in a moment. But first, we want to start our team coverage with John Duran, who's live at 30th and Post. That's near the scene of today's shooting. John?
Scott, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of where we are because we've gotten much closer to the scene. We're about a half-mile west down 30th Street from Post Road. This is the last of the police presence here. The incident command RV is out here. Presumably this is where or near the shootout happened. I'll tell you how it all started though. Police say they noticed a car believed to be connected to another shooting in Lawrence around 30th and Post. Attempted to pull that car over, but it fled west on 30th Street before pulling into a business, running into a dead end. That's when police say the suspect got out of the car and exchanged gunfire with them. 2 IMPD officers were shot in the incident and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. IMPD says 4 officers fired their weapons and killed that suspect. The passenger of the suspect's car got out and fled on foot before police brought him into custody. Assistant Chief Police Chris Bailey heated today at the scene of this afternoon's shooting, talking about gun violence in Indianapolis.
We are fed up with it. The community should be fed up with it, and we have 2 officers that are lucky to be alive today. And they're doing exactly what we want them to do, despite all the odds, despite everything that's stacked up against them, despite all the criticism they take every single day. They put on the uniform today and went out to get the people who are terrorizing our neighborhoods.
Police say the suspect used a rifle to fire at officers this afternoon, injuring 2 and leaving a squad car completely destroyed. At 5:15, we'll get you a description from police about that weapon they recovered from the scene. Back to you in the studio.
All right, John Duran reporting live for us tonight on the east side. We do want you to know that that suspect was a 46-year-old man. No other identification coming from police about that suspect who was killed today at this time.
Metro police officers at the scene rushed those injured officers to the hospital after they were shot, and that's where we find our Emily Longnecker.
She joins us live from Eskenazi Hospital, that's downtown off of 10th Street, with a look at how those 2 officers injured today are doing tonight. Emily.
Well, Ann and Scott, those officers are in stable condition tonight. They were actually able to meet with and speak Indianapolis Police Chief Randall Taylor, as well as Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett. Chief Taylor called their attitudes great and said he expected them to be back on the job in short order. This was the scene earlier this afternoon, though, with officers racing to Eskenazi Hospital where the 2 officers were taken. Officers got here in the back of police cruisers themselves. Police have not said where the officers were shot, only that 4 officers returned fire, and in the process, a suspect was killed.
It's unfortunate that someone chose to fire rounds at our officers and has lost their life in that process. But as a community, I echo what the mayor says. We have 2 heroes that are still here at the hospital that met gunfire from what is believed to be a high-powered rifle and still ran towards the danger. Who does that? I'll tell you, my officers do that.
Now, at this point, IMPD has not released the injured officers' names, but Chief Taylor and the mayor both calling those injured officers heroes tonight and asking the community to pray for them and their families. Ann, Scott?
All right, Emily Longnecker reporting live for us tonight from Eskenazi Hospital.
And tonight we're hearing from the Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police.
Karen Campbell joins us live here in studio with a look at what the union president for IMPD is saying tonight about that shooting today.
Yeah, well, and FOB President Rick Snyder did release a statement to 13 News. He is grateful, first of all, for that these officers will survive their injuries. He also said that it takes a special type of person to put on this uniform every day and go into these communities and, you know, do what they do every single day to keep us safe. Now, in the statement, he also called on the community to pray for police to find ways to, he said, love your neighbor. Now, he said this sheds light on a much bigger picture. So get this, according to the National Fraternity Order of Police, as of April 3rd, there have been 99 officers shot in the line of duty. That's a 44% increase from last year. And on average, an officer is shot in the line of duty every 25 hours in our nation. So Snyder also said, again, you know, his thoughts and prayers go out to these two officers. But again, it is yet another reminder of the risks that these officers take when they go into these communities every single day.